Let's talk about Jamal Belmadi. Mubarak, you said we're going to go to Tunisia, and then you give me Belmadi. This is Algeria.
Yeah.
All right. This man is an AFCON winning coach.
Yeah.
Okay? And he was critical in that 2019 victory. After that, back-to-back group stage exits. And in the end, he says, you know what? They've seen enough, yes. We're still on the subject of Belmadi, by the way. So, listen. What's happened here, Stone? Belmadi, how has he moved from the players that won him an AFCON to getting eliminated in back-to-back competitions?
You know, first of all, we have to look at who was the backbone and the kind of quality of players that he had at that point in time. Because the fact that you don't have quality replacements over time, it begins to tell. Because the younger teams, the smaller teams, and other teams around are becoming better. And then you keep relying on the old guys that you have and the old tactics that you have. Or what we're going to do is that we're going to pack the box and then we're going to defend and contain. Or we're going to be on the front foot. We're going to use Mahrez. Don't worry, Mahrez is there somehow. The ball's going to come into crosses usually, and then you're going to get the goal. The method that you used in the old times, it's not the same method of now. Because if you look at, even check out this AFCON, for example. Look at Egypt. We know Egypt to be a 0-1 team or a 1-1 team. It's not possible. Egypt cannot try it in this AFCON.
There's just too much energy.
There's too much energy. If you
can't keep up.
If you do it, you're going to lose. You have to go and find goal. You have to go and find your own goal.
So if I get you, Stone, you're saying that his failure to move on from older experienced players is what is costing him.
Older experienced players, older tactics.
Older tactics.
Because at the end of the day, if you look at Algeria right now and the way they played at this AFCON, it was a bunch of tired legs. It was,
Mahrez looked lost.
Yeah, as in the whole thing, it's just scattered.
Except Boneja.
It's like okay, you're Mahrez. I trust you.
You're my guy.
You're my guy.
So that's the tactics.
Whatever happens.
Go and deliver.
Yeah, go deliver. Mahrez is his guy. No, seriously. Did you watch the game? You watched the game. The ball, most of the balls to Mahrez. You go to Mahrez. Mahrez is sweating. Mahrez is tired. Mahrez can think again. But all balls to Mahrez. Mahrez is his guy. I'm sure. And that's how he was playing. And, is the same thing that has happened in some European teams where they had to move away from a particular player. I don't want to mention any team before some fan bases come for me. But they have to move from a particular player to start playing some kind of team brand of football to incorporate people and bring in the young stars too that are doing well in their other countries. But look at what Algeria is playing. Look at their starting 11. Look at the starting 11 of last AFCON. Then look at the starting 11 of the
2019.
Come on now.
Only about 2 or 3 changes.
Come on. And then you're looking at it. How do they want to progress? They cannot progress. And
so he deserved this.
He deserved this 100% because Algeria was an embarrassment and a disgrace at this AFCON. It was shameful. I was watching Algeria and I was like, this is not Algeria. This is not Algeria that played Nigeria.
To be fair, in that last game, I don't know whether to say they were unlucky. Maybe they were wasteful, right? They created the opportunity.
They did.
Lots of them.
At the last match.
In the last game, yes.
Yeah, but what have they done?
That was against Mauritania, right?
Yeah, against Mauritania, you can create chances. Who cannot create chances against Mauritania?
That's a fair point.
Give it to Angola, they will create chances. So
I feel like Stone has hit the nail on the head there.
Yes. And I think what he says manifests in the treatments, the opportunities or the lack of it of Mohamed Amoura.
Very correct.
How do you tell me that the kid, he's got 17 goals in 25 appearances this season, and we're only midway through the season. He's not good enough to get into this Algerian team.
As a starter, you mean?
Yeah. So you look at that and you see the problems that he will be required to attempt to solve by moving the team on from those tired legs that Stone has spoken about are purely technical. So if you have to find a way to get Baghdad, Boneja, and Amoura to coexist, that's not going to happen in isolation. It affects the profile of the white players and the supporting cast around them. It will then, that front line will then affect the quality of midfield that you put behind them and the defenders that will play. So, for example, if they will require that you move the ball quicker, it means Sofiane Feghouli cannot be part of this team. It means Riyad Mahrez cannot be part of this team. It would mean a lot of the old players who cannot cope with intensity and high-octane football cannot be part of this team. Unfortunately, what Jamal Belmadi has done instead is to look for excuses. So, and I was reading through the last 6 press conferences that he's given. You would find excuses where he's blaming the pitch conditions. You find excuses where he's blaming referees.
Yes, officiating.
Yes. And
I've
then
seen that one.
He's blamed the weather. Look, I'm not saying everything he says is not true, but when there is a consistency of you pointing to other things than circumstances or factors that you can control, it creates the impression that you are looking for excuses. But one thing that I've liked about the way Walid Sadi, the president of the Algerian football, has handled this is he took responsibility for it. I will attempt to read to you the quotes from his statement after it was confirmed that Belmadi will go and that they decided to sack him. He essentially apologized to the people of Algeria. He admitted that they had made some mistakes, and he says that, to quote him, "We promised to correct the mistakes of the past with one goal, to put the train back on track and to renew the days of brilliance and victories for Algerian football."
And they didn't do that.
No, this is after.
Yes, okay.
Yes. So he's telling the people, I have made mistakes.
Yes.
The federation has made mistakes. The first point is by taking responsibility. And one of the remedies is by sacking this man.
That is a start.
Yes. And he says some of the things that they have done that have not served them well, they will move away from them and introduce new ideas and see if...
All right. So he's been one of the ever-present managers on the African continent. Very familiar face, Jamal Belmadi, but he will no longer be coaching Algeria, of course.